Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to this lesson we are going to have today. Today it is day 14. Day 14. Today is day 14, and we are going to study about backgrounds. Our lesson is going to be about backgrounds. Our lesson is going to be about backgrounds. Okay, so this is what our lesson is going to be about today. Okay, so before I can dive into today's lesson here, I would like to have a small recap about what we covered in our previous video. We covered something about yesterday it was day 13. We covered about hosting. We covered something about hosting, how we are able to host our website online, how we are able to use GitHub. On day 12 we covered something about GitHub, which this GitHub here, it led us to this day here where we are hosting. And today we covered so much about these two here. So if you missed this, please go back and you watch those videos and you see what we covered, because we are going to be using these two concepts a lot when we are coming in the future, and this is very important. Okay, we covered about we covered GitHub, how we could move our files from our local machine to one online place where we store our code. Also, we covered about hosting, where we saw services, for example, Netlify, Versailles, and also these paid for services, for example, GoDaddy and Namecheap. Okay. So if you missed this, please go back and you watch that video and you see, so that you don't miss and you don't miss any of the important episodes of this series. So members, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please hit the bell icon there and you subscribe, because there is more and more important lessons for us to learn in this course, and I would not like you to miss. The moment I release one of the videos, you get notified easily and you learn more and more, and you become a full stack or a really senior developer. Okay. So today we're going to learn about backgrounds. See this? We're going to learn about backgrounds. So what are backgrounds? We have basically there are three types of backgrounds. There are three types of backgrounds. There's the first one. It is the plain background. Then there is the second one, is the gradient background. Then the third one is the image background. We are going to study a lot of this in this video today. We are going to study the plain background, gradient background, and the image background. And we are going to see where to apply which should we apply where, how should we apply it, and for what reason. Okay. So before I can continue into this, dive into this, I would like to hint at what we're going to cover in our next coming classes, so that people are really well prepared and they really wait anxiously for that day and they don't miss out what we shall cover. So in the next video, tomorrow will be day 15. We are going to cover one of the most bombastic topics as far as this course is concerned, is positioning. It is positioning. So guys, don't miss out positioning, as you see here. After covering positioning, we are going to study a little bit a lighter course here to accompany positioning before we dive into something much more massive. But I want us to learn something on day 16. We are going to cover something a little bit light, and that one we are going to cover something about sections. We are going to study them in detail and we master them. So on day 16 we are going to cover sections. You see this? So I would like you to miss out any of the coming videos. If you're really enjoying this, please hit the subscribe button down there and you don't miss any of the coming videos. Okay? Okay. So this is what you're covering tomorrow. Please don't miss out. Positioning is very crucial. We're going to look at things whereby we are going to look at things like fixed positioning. We're going to look at things like absolute positioning. We're going to look at things like sticky. So I would not like you to really miss out. This is positioning. Okay. So don't miss out our next coming video. So plain background, gradient background, and image background. We are going to tackle each and every scene as we are doing it when we are doing it physically. Okay. So I'm going to come here. And I come into my lessons here, and now I'm going to create a lesson for day 14. Come here, I say new folder, I call it day 14. Okay. So when I come here, I say open with code. Okay. It's there, coming. It's coming. So day 14, as you see it, we are going to master each and everything when we are doing it practically, so that you don't miss out really. Okay. So let me drive this here and this there. Okay, so I don't like you to miss out any of the upcoming videos. So I want to come here, I create this one, at least you know by this level should be understand what we are doing right now. Index.html, I create here style.css. By this level you already understand what is happening. I come here, I say shift 1, I put that skeleton framework. I come here very fast, even before anything I can do, I put here browser reset. I come here. Okay, I come here like this. I start here, and I come here, I open brackets, I say margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box. Okay, so already that one we know how it's happening. I come here, down here, I say link CSS. Of course, by this moment in time, we are all very good at making something like this, not so? Okay, so we are going to cover a lot and really a lot. So I'm going to start with this body of mine here. I'm going to use the body today as more of something, but let me not use the body today. Let me use a container, a div. I say dot, let me just use dot box. Okay, it's there. I come here, I come down here, I say dot box. Okay, I come here, I say width, I say 100%, and height 100 VH. Okay, then I say background color Now, where we are right now is a very good point in time. So what is plain background? Plain background is whereby you just use fixed color. You just use like a, you just use one color. You just use one. You apply one background color. You see this, eh? You see this, eh? Where you apply only one background color is a plain background. You see this? So where you go on to apply more than one is what they call a gradient background. More than one. So you want to use like 2 colors, like 3 colors and more. So that one is a gradient background. Then an image background is whereby you use an image behind. Yeah? Use an image behind as a background. Image behind as a background. You see this? Okay. Use an image behind as a background. This is what they call image background. So I want to start with this one here, the background color. So you can either use background or backstroke background color. Yeah? There is no problem with this, but just because I would prefer at this moment in time, background color is more specific to only plain background. But in most cases, if you want, you can also use background here. You can either plain background, you can either use background color or background alone. There is no problem with it. But these ones here, you're going to use the other things. You're going to see how you're going to use this. So I'm going to come here in my dot box here. I say plain background. Plain background, we just use background, as simple as that. Or background color, and I say background, I say blue. As simple as that. Then I come here, I say go live, and I see how my project looks like. You see how blue it is? Eh? So even if I come here and I change, for example, from blue, I put orange, red. I like so much orange red. You see now it has changed. Okay. So this one here you're seeing here is what they call a plain background. Is what they call a plain background. This one you are seeing here is what they call a plain background. You see this is what they call a plain, only one color. So there's no problem with me using you can use background or background color, and you say it's the same thing. Maybe I can say blue violet. So it's the same thing, but this one only applies to only when you are using a plain background. When you're using other backgrounds, you have to use background, but there's no problem with you using simply background. There's no problem. Just that background alone shows that you are fixing to one color only. You see this, members? Okay, so this is the plain background. That's how it looks like. So even if I come and I change, for example, from blue violet to black, I see how it looks like. It's black as you see it. Okay, so I can come here and just say green, and it is green as you see it there. Okay, so now we are at least right now I believe that someone has understood what plain backgrounds, how plain backgrounds look like. Don't need to suffer much. You just put this only one color. Now we are going to look at something. Now I think this one you have understood it very well. You can even write it down in your book so that you don't forget it. Let me give you like 1 second. You breathe before you enter that second one. If you've not yet subscribed, please take some time and you hit the subscribe button, and you make sure that you don't miss out any of the upcoming videos. Okay, so right now, this moment in time, this one you have understood, this is a plain background. Now we are going for something heavier. It is the gradient background. This one has more than one color. You see this one? The gradient background. It has more than one color on it. So this background here, it has more than one color. It has some subdivisions in it. It has some subdivisions in it. We have what they call linear gradient. Linear gradient. Then we have what they call a radial gradient. Radial gradient. And then we have what we call conic gradient. Conic gradient. Okay, so these are the various types of gradients that we have, and all of these they come from what they call a mixture of two or more colors. This one is a mix of two or more backgrounds. You see this, Are you seeing this? It's a mixture of two or more backgrounds. This is the gradient background. Okay. So linear gradient. What does linear gradient mean? Linear gradient. This one, as you hear the word linear, it moves in a straight line. A straight line. This one here, it moves in a straight line. In a straight line. You see this, moves in a straight line. So how does this linear gradient come to be? This one here, we normally use words, for example, to left. Then you will see words, for example, to right. Then you will see words, for example, bottom to left. You will see such words. So these words here, we normally use them here in linear gradient to determine the position at which this gradient is going to change, or is going to shift. Okay. So here we normally even have percentages. Normally, not percentages. We normally have here we normally have it's not percentages. It is degrees. Degrees. So we have, for example, you will find that in linear gradient we may have, for example, like 45 degrees. May find something like 45 degrees. Then you find something like 90 degrees. We are going to, all this is embedded within the linear gradient. You see this? Okay. So I'm going to now begin using the linear gradient. Members, please, I'm going to explain all these concepts. Please put them in your notebook somewhere. This one which we have explained here is linear gradient up to here. You see this? Okay. So I'm going to come here, I say, instead of putting background green, which is plain, I'm going to come here, I say background, just background. Then I say linear gradient. I choose linear gradient. Then I say to left. Okay, let me say to right goes like this, goes like this. To right I say blue, green. As simple as that. Then I come back here, I see. Members, are you seeing this gradient here? Yeah? It has faded from blue to green. So members, if you have any challenge, please let me know in the comment section down there, that I find a way how I can help you. I see that it has moved from here up to there. You see this? Members, this is great. You see this? So at least this one now you know it. So I can maybe comment it off. This as if it's not being seen by the browser. I come here and say background, linear gradient. I say to top. I say orange, red, and maybe let me say blue. Okay, to top. Members, are you seeing this saturation which is here, the color saturation? This is how backgrounds look. Members, are you seeing this? I gave it a directive that to top. That means it starts from this side and goes to top. You see this? So this is really great. If you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button, that you don't miss out any of the upcoming videos. Okay. So I want to come here. At least right now you have seen this. So I want to come here. I move it off for some time. I comment it, and I come here. I say background, linear gradient, and I say maybe bottom to right, bottom to right, blue, yellow, blue, yellow. Okay, I'll give it a directive that bottom to right, bottom to right. You see how it's moving? Look at the movement of my cursor from bottom like this to right, from bottom to right. So when I come here and we see, so members, I think there is something that I have missed here out. Let me first try here. I say from bottom to so something I'm trying to do here, and you can see it here. It's not visible. It's not visible. It's not visible. So what could be the problem? Maybe the problem is here. Bottom right. Okay. So let me see. I am not seeing a problem. I don't know where the problem could be. Maybe bottom right. Let me see. You see these members, You see this, So this is bottom, maybe to right, it goes like this, blue to yellow, as you see it there. So there is something else I want to show you. There is something else that I want to show you. So this is to right to blue like that. I can even add even a third color. I can even put to pink. Are you seeing it? This is how backgrounds operate. Remember, are you seeing this? Okay. So that is how backgrounds operate. Okay. Okay. So apart from this one here, apart from this one here, I can also put degrees. I can even put 90 degrees. It's the same. I can put maybe 45 degrees. Remember that you're seeing, it comes from right up to the diagonal shape. From this corner up to this corner, as you can see here. Okay. Okay. So this is how we normally do in linear gradient. Okay. So whatever I finish, please write it down and you try it out. Write it down and you try it out. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go to another gradient. So we're going to go to another gradient. So I hope you have understood this. I hope you have understood very well linear gradient. Now we're going for radial gradient. So what is radial gradient? Radial gradient is this one that comes from a certain point. This one comes from a certain point. A certain point. It can even be a circle. This one comes from a certain point. You see this one here, linear gradient comes from a particular line. It is in a linear format. But right now, this one here, radial gradient, it comes from a particular point. You see this? Okay. So how is this point going to look like? For example, it can be a circle, it can be an ellipse. It can be, for example, a circle. It can be a circle, it can be an ellipse, it can be any. It comes from a particular point in time. Okay? Okay. So when I come here, radial gradient, I'm going to come here and I give an example and you see. Background color, not background color, background, I say radial gradient. Remember, are you seeing very well? I say circle. Circle. I say orange. I say orange, red, and purple. Okay. So I want to see how it looks like. Members, are you seeing this? It comes from the circle. From the middle, then it pours out outside the what? The browser. It starts from the circle when it's very sharp. It comes pouring out in the browser. This is what they call radial gradient. So I can even maybe make it orange and I see. I think it comes from a circle, then it comes pouring out until it fulfills like the whole circle. This is what they call radial gradient. Remember, are you seeing this? So let me first try ellipse and I see. You see, ellipse. This is how it appears. It's like an oval circle, an oval shape of a circle. So this is how it appears like. Remember, are you seeing this? So this is how radial gradient works. It comes from a particular point. Okay. Okay. So I can even add here some elements, like for example, transparent. Remember, are you seeing it? I've added transparent at the end, and it appears something like this. So guys, this is how we can style, this is how we can make the web pages beautiful by having something like this in place. Okay. Okay, this is what they call radial gradient. Remember, are you seeing this? I hope you're taking notes down. I hope you are taking notes down. Okay. So now now we have have seen what they call radial gradient. Now we are going to use another one. There's another type of gradient. It is called conical gradient. Now, what is conical gradient? Conical gradient is whereby you put something like, for example, it spins around a particular point, but this one is more, like for example, it spins around like the center, like a wheel. This one here, it spins around the center like a wheel. It spins around the center. This is what they call conical gradient. So conical gradient looks like this. I'm going to explain it and I will show it to you physically, and you see it. Spins around the center. So how is it going to be like this conical gradient here? Let's try and you see. I've commented this. Members, if you don't know how to comment by this time, I just know that you have skipped something. You have skipped some of the lessons we have been doing, and you are really behind. So I come here background, I come here, I say conical, conic, conical gradient. Conic gradient. It's not here. So now, guys, you can see. I want to show you conical gradient, conic gradient. So this one, for example, I can use, for example, something like this. Where background gradient color is like this, from 90 degrees, red and yellow, green. Like you are seeing, you are showing someone like there is a spinner. You know a spinner. Like for example, something like this when it's spinning around, like a wheel. Let me first show it to you here. When you show someone something like this, that there is like, for example, like a spinner, and show someone, for example, something like this, that there is something which is spinning, and there is like something like this, that there is something which is spinning, or there is something that is going on, like something that is spinning. So this one is what they call conic gradient, as you see it here. So we are going to come here, for example, like in our style of CSS here, and you see when I put it there, there's now, let me just write it down manually. Background, conic gradient, conic gradient. I open this, from 90 degrees, red, yellow, green. I just put that. Red, yellow, green. Members, are you seeing this? There is conic gradient. So when I come back here in my browser and I see it looks like this. Wow. Members, are you seeing? This is a background. Members, this is a background, as you see it. You see how it looks like as if it is being diverted from one point in time, one center of focus. So this is what they call conic gradient. Okay. So I think you have mastered most of the gradients, and you completely don't have more. You don't have any problem whatsoever. So right now we are going to come to something like a consensus, whereby you have covered, for example, you have covered linear gradient, you have covered the gradient background, and now you are going to cover something else. You have covered conic background, you know how it looks like. You have covered conic gradient, you know how it looks like. You have seen that it spins around the center, you have seen that. Then you see radial gradient, you have covered that, radial. Now, what is next here is going to be something more cool now. Something more cool and more interesting. Right now, I believe that you are really somewhere. So guys, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button and you keep informed. The moment I release the next video, you can easily see it, okay, earlier, and you follow. So members, in our next class, we're going to study positioning. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. That is what is going to be in our next class. So we're going to study the last type of background, and this one is what they call image background. This is what they call image background. You see this? Okay. So I can come here. I want to place an image behind. What am I going to do? You see my files here are empty. You see here my files are what? Are empty. You see this? They are empty. Are you seeing this, members? My files are empty. Are you seeing this? So what am I going to do? I'm going to come here. I want to get an image. For example, children playing. I want, for example, a very good image. I want a very good image. For example, let me see this one. I come here, open image address. I come here. You see this? There is this one here. There is that one there. Okay. Okay. So I want this image right now. I have seen that I want this image. I'm going to come here. I say save image as. Save image as playing. Playing. I save it as children playing. Children playing. This is the image that I want to put behind. Okay? Behind my folder or my file. So by default, my downloads, I put them to the what? Desktop. For you, check your downloads and you see where you put them, and you copy that image and bring it. So I'm going to come and put it inside my project. Today is day 14, as you see day 14 here. And I bring it and put it inside my project. Don't leave it outside. If you leave it outside, it won't work. It's there. So when I come here, see it is there. I've put it there. Children playing.jpg. So I'm going to come here. I say background. So these ones here, the images here, for them they use what they call a URL. A uniform resource locator. They use what they call a URL. A uniform resource locator. Okay. So how are they going to be? I'm going to come here. I say URL. Then it tracks where that file is. So I can just say slash, and I put children playing. Remember, are you seeing this? Children playing. And I come here. These things move hand in hand. Okay. So after me putting the URL, I say background. I come here. These things are going to move hand in hand. Then I say background size. Background size. Cover. Remember, are you seeing this? Yeah? Background size cover. So I'm going to come here. After me doing this, these things move hand in hand, don't forget. Then I say background size cover. Okay? Okay. So when I go back and check my file, it is where it is here. Members, are you seeing the background? It is there. Members, are you seeing the background that it's there? Yeah? The background of an image. I got and I put it there, and it is there. Are you seeing this, members? Yeah? Members, you know this. We are going to use all these things everywhere. You mark this very well. Yeah? Mark this very, very, very well. We are going to use this everywhere, almost everywhere. Things we are studying right now, we are going to use them everywhere. Coming, like it or not, we are going to use them everywhere. Okay? So you study them when you are knowing we are going to use them and want to we are going to use them in our projects. So I can even come here and add another part. For example, background position. Yeah. Center. So it centers the image. Yeah? So members, are you seeing that this is the background I've put here? Yeah? Children, play. Yeah? So members, are you seeing that? Yeah? So don't miss out. Eh? So I can come here, I say background position. Yeah? But this one is not necessary. Background. After background size, background position, background position, center. Yeah? So this one is also is something that you can cover afterwards, but this one you can leave, you can omit it only and only if images get weird in their size. You can put this, but in most cases you can even just leave it out. Eh? Okay. Okay. So in most cases it is background size cover and background center. So if the image refers to fit, there is also something called background size contain. Yeah? It is also there. But contain is don't always use contain because it causes what they call repetitions here. If you use contain, it contains the exact image as it is, and it will lead you to repetitions, and you'll have to be forced to say background repeat, yeah, none, no repeat. Yeah? And it will go away, and you see it here. Yeah, you see this. So members, I don't like you to use background contain. Don't use background contain. Use background cover. Yeah, cover. Okay, okay. So when I come back, it is there. It has covered here, and children are playing very well. They are playing football. Members, are you seeing this? These young children are playing football, and I put it as the background of my background of my div. Yeah? My box here. The box you are seeing here. Yeah? That I've used. So even if I reduce the size of the box, let me say I reduce the size of the box. For example, I make it like 70 VH. Yeah? So it will start from there. Even the mere fact that I've reduced it from 100 to 70 VH, it will start from there. It will end here, halfway the screen, and the children will not. And now I'm not be seeing the ball. I see that I'm not seeing the ball right now, so that is why I come back here and I put my background position center. Yeah. Now I see the ball very well. Are you seeing it? Okay. So members, all this is to learn. Yeah. All this is to learn. Okay. I hope you have mastered the art and the concept of backgrounds. Yeah? We are going to use backgrounds almost everywhere to come. Yeah? In our next coming projects, we are going to be using all these features together, combined together. Yeah? So I hope you don't miss out. Okay? Okay? Okay. The next coming lessons are going to teach us even more That is why we're going to use a lot of these features. Yeah. For example, this one which will be on day 16. A lot of these features we shall be using them. Okay. 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 So here, day 15, I want you to do what we call positioning. Yeah. We are going to do positioning. So guys, I would like you to hold your belts tight because this is a massive marathon. This one here, day 15 tomorrow. It's going to be massive. Okay. Okay. Come when you have eaten very well. Come when you are really satisfied and you are really energetic, because this is tight. This one here is very tight. Okay. Okay. This is what they call positioning. To require someone when you are mentally strong and mentally sober. Okay. Okay. So members, I hope you have mastered everything we have covered in today's lesson in backgrounds. Those are the only backgrounds. There may be more, but those ones are very, very small and minor. But ones that I've taught you are the ones that we normally commonly use. Okay. Okay. So members, don't miss to hit the subscribe button if you're really enjoying this, but you can be inspired to make more and more content. Okay. Okay. So guys, I will see you in the next video. Don't miss out. We are going to cover this. Don't miss out. Okay. Okay. I will see you in the next